And again, I apologize. We had some technical difficulties, some ghosts in the machine that does happen in life, but I think we fixed it. We've changed over from one setup to another one for the emergencies, and now it sounds like everything's working. I wouldn't be fair, since I'm so excited about the Djm S5, to not give you another shot at a proper demo from PJ. So I'm going to move things over there to PJ, where he's got the new Djm S5 mixer.
All right, so this is our brand new Djm S5. It is part of our S series lineup along with the Djm S7 and Djm S11. So this right here is more geared for the person who's just getting into turntablism, into scratching. It's also good for open format, like aspiring open format users getting into turntables and a mixer for the first time. So the design, it's a red gloss top, and it's made to reminisce old battle mixer, classic and rare battle mixers from back in the day. So one of the unique things about this mixer is the USB Type-C connectivity. It is bus powered. That means your computer can power this mixer by itself. You don't need an external power cable or power supply. You can just use this mixer. It has a second USB Type-C port just for power if you want to power it independently from the computer, or if you don't have a computer at all, you can do that. And what's cool about it is that it works at 5 volts, 1 amp, and you can use a battery bank. So if you have a portable turntable that's battery powered, you can take this, go hiking, go out somewhere. You don't need to plug in for power. You can totally use this using a battery bank. Now, this is, like Jay was saying earlier in the stream, this is the most affordable mixer with the Magvel Fader Pro. It's 30% more rigid. It's the latest generation, and it has the smooth taper that the Magvel Fader Pro is known for, and it has the tension adjust with a window where you can see the gears. I know that the camera is not angled from there, but you can see how the gears are moving as you move the feeling adjust. So I'm going to bring this all the way down, super smooth, and then added some friction. Again, down. Now with more friction. And you can tune that to wherever you like, so whatever feels comfortable for when you're scratching. All right, so next we're going to talk about the effects paddles. The Djm S5 is basically the step up from the Djm S3, but the S3 was just Serato compatible, and it didn't have any performance pads or effects paddles, effects levers like there is on here. You can layer up to 3 Serato effects for each channel. So if I wanted, let's bring in a house track. So if I wanted to do a flanger, or I want to do flanger, echo, and reverb, I can layer 3 effects on one channel. We got momentary and locked positions for the effects. So now the effects buttons are 2 functions. There is doing the Serato effects, and there is also using what's called the scratch cutter function, which helps you learn how to scratch. The way it works is when, say I'm coming from effects, I hold down any of the effects cut buttons and the other lights turn off. I'm now in scratch cutter mode, which will be linked to the effects levers. There is a different pattern, cutting pattern specifically, on each one of these, so that when you move the scratch sample, it will scratch a pattern based on which one you choose. So I'm going to arm this. So right now I got the forward scratch. We got the original scratch right here. We got, this one was the military scratch. We got a triplet transformer. Now keep in mind, you can double time or half time the scratch pattern. So if you want to make it faster, go up or go forward. Also, we got the 1-click flare and the 2-click flare. And whenever you're using the crossfader, if you want to mimic what you're hearing, You can use the crossfader and it will disable the scratch cutter in that moment so that you can mimic what you're hearing. So scratch cutter does quantize to the beat. So when you have a beat play, it will follow the tempo of the beat. It will always follow whatever tempo the beat is going to. So next we're going to talk about the performance pads. There are 4 pads on each side. The S7 and the S11 have 8. However, here on the S5, you can switch to pads 5 to 8 using the pad to 5 to 8 buttons. Now, the pad modes on these are identical to the ones on the S7 and S11. That includes gate cue, transport, and scratch bank. And if you haven't seen scratch bank, I'm going to hold mode, double click for scratch bank. It's basically a way to trigger scratch samples or songs at specific cue points using the pads. So if you were at a wedding and you needed to rapid fire different songs, you can do this. All on the pads, jumping between different songs. So, whoops. The inputs and outputs of the Djm S5 include 2 XLR balance outputs. There's RCA outs for the booth with independent volume control. There's an RCA input for each channel that's switchable to phono. There is a combo microphone jack. That means you can use TRS 1/4 inch or XLR, as well as an RCA input, and you can control the mic volume and the auxiliary through using the 2 knobs that are facing you. The Djm S5 is also streamer friendly. You can stream from the same computer that you're DJing on because the audio routing can be brought to channels 1 and 2. When you go into Serato, all you have to do is check mark in your settings, make audio available to other applications, and using popular broadcast software like OBS, you can pull out the Serato virtual audio from the mixer, all using one computer that you're streaming and DJing from. So if we got any comments on this, leave them in the chat. Got any questions, leave them in the chat. And Miss Ninja, what did you think?
Miss Ninja loved it. She doesn't have a mic, but Miss Ninja loved it because you have Miss Ninja's mic. So once you get back here, we're going to let Miss Ninja talk. She's giving everyone the rave heart, showing appreciation. There you go.
All right.
Now Miss Ninja has a mic, so now Miss Ninja can answer your question.
What do I think of the S5?
Yep.
I love it. I think, first of all, the S series of mixers is absolutely my favorite thing to happen to mixers. Back in the day, had the DJ-FX 1000, as I think I've told all of you, and I was a big fan of the paddles on that effects panel.
Yep.
So as soon as they brought it over to the S series of mixers, I thought that was incredible. But I know, like, for starting DJs, the price point on like the S9 or the S11 may not really be within reach. So the fact that they brought it onto a mixer that is more entry level priced,
Right.
with all the newest features that like the S9 didn't even have. I mean, I just think that's
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
What a great way for newer DJs to start really feeling like pros.
Well, and you know, I think a lot of people look at Pioneer DJ as having a history of being very club oriented, very EDM oriented. And I know that's a big segment of our market, but going back to the beginning, it was a lot of the vinyl DJs that when we created the CDJ 1000, who came over and thought, wow, I can use this on gigs where I may not be able to get turntables, or I don't want to carry turntables, I don't have to carry crates, I can go to CDs. Then you come in with the 2000 and you suddenly have a flash drive and an SD card. So we've really tried to accommodate that segment, but I think we really listened closely and had so many DJs that are like, I want to get back into DJing. I
Yeah,
want to get back into
scratch
vinyl,
DJs.
scratch, turntablism, juggling, cutting, all that. And all of a sudden, you know, we went back with the S9, which was really influenced by the old, I don't know if you remember the Djm 909 that had the panel on it. That was 2004.
Right.
So we took that cue from that and brought it to the future, bringing out the S9. We got the S3 going, then the S7, and now this. And just, and I'm so glad, PJ, that you pointed out, especially for something like a wedding, Scratch Bank is amazing in Serato because you're able to call up tracks wherever and whenever you want to. And for me, having the cues point set up on the crossfader, I mean, it's a game changer. I was up there and, you know, I'm not at your skill or talent level at all, and I'm up there cutting a little bit, and just being able to cut to a particular hot cue and then let it go, wow. And then when you pull the crossfader back, you go back to the beginning of that. I mean, I think I said to Pulse, it reminded me a little bit of going back to the old days with the Djm 800, where you had that instant start where it would come back.
Quick return, yeah.
Quick return, yeah. So, I mean, it's, you know, even though we're constantly updating and moving forward, we're also taking cues from the past, things that we've done before, and trying to improve upon them. What I'd like to do is check if there are any questions. We're going to do a little questions at the end as well, but I want to see if there's anything pertinent in the chat, and then we're going to talk directly with Miss Ninja and see what's going on with her and her story with Twitch, because I'm really excited about that. But any big questions or anything, Christian, coming up in the chat? Anything?
I'm going to lean in nice and close
Yeah,
to
lean
PJ
in
here so
because
he can
now-
share the microphone.
PJ's now
I'll
live.
take my
Yeah,
mic.
the only
It's not my mic.
the only
Yeah.
question was if you can power other things off of the USB-C, and the answer is unfortunately you're not powering things from that connection.
Right.
You're using that to power the mixer, so you can power it from the computer.
Yes.
Or you can power it from a USB bank, and what's beneficial there is using the connection, the plug connection. You could actually use the mixer without a computer connected.
Right.
So if you wanted to change DJs or just run it with turntables.
Yeah, you know, you have that option, and that's, you're going to see a lot more of that in the future. I think utilizing USB-C, and we've had a lot of people comment on the forums, as well as at shows about, you know, when are you going to switch over to USB-C? It's the thing. My computer's all USB-C. I want to run one cable, and you know, again, a fact that we've certainly listened to, and we've now gone to that. We'll come back at the end of the show for more questions. But I'm going to ask PJ if you would be so kind as to now remove your mic, give it back to Miss Ninja.
Musical microphones.
Yep. You know, we'd rather you got
Sharing,
great.
we're all about sharing.
I'd rather
Community love.
I'd rather people watching this that are giving us their time, and we greatly appreciate that. Got good quality audio, even if we means you know, handing mics around. So, Miss Ninja, I'm a fan. I'm a follower. I've been a sub for your channel on Twitch. You got into Twitch really early. Give me, if you could, kind of the small version, because I've talked to you about Twitch before, and you are passionate, not only about life and DJing and people, and you've got such a great energy, but your story on Twitch, what got you on Twitch?
Well, I mean, first of all, we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary on Twitch on the 29th of May, so it just crossed that. But I got onto Twitch. I had always wanted to get onto Twitch. You know, I've been a gamer since I was like 6 years old. So Low-Key Drums and I would watch a lot of Twitch. We'd watch a lot of gamers. And unfortunately, my DJ schedule was super hectic up before 2020. And I was doing like 30 plus gigs a month before pandemic hit. And then all of a sudden, I found myself with a whole lot of time. And I saw that a lot of my friends were starting to get really depressed. You know, we were living in this time of real uncertainty, and you know, we were afraid we were going to lose our sense of community. Everyone was forced to lock down into their homes, and I just wanted to find a way to keep us all connected, and to give a sense of like normalcy. You know, give a place for everyone to come together, hang out, let loose. You know, I was doing like some streams just for kids at the beginning, so that my, you know, people with kids, my friends or my viewers with kids could just put their kids in front of the screen, let them dance it out for an hour or two, get them worn out so that they can go to bed and their parents can get a break. You know, so I really was doing it mostly just to build a sense of community, to give people a break from the reality that we were facing of all the craziness that was happening. What I didn't really expect was to find a complete sense of family on the platform. I mean, now that I'm back to gigging pretty relentlessly, Twitch is something I just can never give up, because I've become friends with everybody. You know, I wonder how you all are doing, in your day, in your week, you know? So when I come on, I really want to know like what's going on with you guys. You know, that's the first thing I always ask is like, how are you guys doing? Because I'm like invested now in your lives and your stories. So, and getting to share what's going on with me day to day. You know, you guys are always so supportive, and there's days where I've had a hard day and you always turn it around for me. So, you know, honestly, the most invaluable thing about Twitch is the level of love and support and kindness that the community brings it to an otherwise somewhat lonely job. You know, as a DJ, I'm standing behind the decks all day, and I'm around a lot of people, but I'm by myself. So now at live gigs, when I get to bring everybody in and like, you know, they get to people watch with me, or, you know, even when I'm streaming from my studio, just having this group of people that like cheers me on no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm taking 2 weeks away or if I'm streaming every day, you know, on and off of Twitch. They support me on Instagram. They support me on YouTube. It's just like I have my ninja army that whenever I need like a little self-esteem boost, they're just right there to show me so much like authentic love, you know.
Yeah,
So I'm just grateful for that.
It's funny because I got into it 2 years ago as well, and it initially was I want to DJ. I mean, my first thing after a month of lockdown was I DJ'd in my driveway on a Friday night and had like 200 people show up, but throughout like 3 hours, and I realized I can't go without DJing.
Yeah.
And then Twitch got on my radar, and it was not before, and it was channels like yours, and you know some other people, Jaybird, who I stumbled into at NAMM. He came by the booth.
Well, look how close we've gotten now because of Twitch.
Right.
That would have
exactly.
never. And speaking of NAMM, like this year, if it's okay for me to talk about that already.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, getting to go there. I had been to a few NAMMs before, and I always felt kind of like an outsider because we just see Instagram, we see what DJs are up to, and it's very two-dimensional, and it can seem intimidating when you just see like all this cool work these DJs are doing, but you don't know them.
Right.
And then because of Twitch, I feel like I've gotten to know every DJ on the planet, and they've gotten to know me. So when I went to NAMM, it was like an all-out love fest. Yeah. I've never felt so included by the community in real life as I did this time, and that was 100% because of Twitch.
Yeah, it was amazing, and meeting people that knew who you were, knew who I was, and nowhere near that level, but just that sense of them genuinely being happy to meet you, and all based on Twitch. And I know when things started to change a while ago, people started going back out, gigs started coming up. You know, I've been on in 2 weeks because of the NAMM show, but I'll be back on hopefully next week. But I don't see myself giving up Twitch because it's an opportunity to have fun and interact with people and give them a place to go. You and I spent a lot of time at NAMM talking about kind of the future of Twitch, where we see Twitch going. I think we're both in the same lane when it comes to Twitch is definitely not going away.
I'm in it for the long haul. It's like asking me to give up my friends. I could never do that.
Yeah, it's very community. And I think people that don't or didn't get into it, and there's a lot of DJs who I'm friends with, they're like, yeah, I've never even been on there. I'm like, why? I'm like, I use it like I use Sirius, like I use Pandora, like I use Spotify. I'll just go out and start listening to a DJ set on Twitch in the car.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. And I love that you're taking us to your events. We were talking about this DJ Slave One, who like is once a week, you're at her club in Denver. I've never met her. I don't know her.
She's one of the first I followed. You know,
Yeah.
80s dark wave, like.
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
I love it. I mean, I didn't, you know, real quick, not to take yours, but I didn't know what dark wave was until I found it on YouTube.
Oh, really?
And then started doing dark wave sets on Twitch, and it just blew up for me. And it was like, all of a sudden, people are like, I didn't know what this was called.
That's another really good point. You know, as a DJ, like a lot of times you're at the mercy of the venue and of the clientele that are coming through. You know, they kind of dictate what you're going to play. And on Twitch, it's given me more courage to play whatever I want at venues because
100%.
everybody's so open-minded. They're just down to go for a musical ride with you.
Right.
So now I feel like I know that people are very receptive to multiple genres of music. It gives me more courage to like break away from like what I thought, you know, the mainstream wanted to listen to. Like just the fact that I can, and you know, the fact that I can go on there and play whatever I'm in the mood for is cathartic as a DJ to have
100%.
full control.
And even though
like
you're
that.
interacting and you're getting requests and you're getting things, it's almost like the ultimate party because you get to set the tone and the vibe. And if that happens to be early 70s funk, people don't come in and go, really in the mood to hear some like brand new metal. They're like, oh, this is cool. I don't think I know this. Oh, this is awesome. You know, here's some buildings and here's
Like the
this.
biggest
and-
compliment I can get on stream or off is what song are you playing? When people are shazamming the music that
Yeah.
I'm playing, then I feel like I've done something to like help educate or to expose people to something they haven't heard a million times. You know, if people are putting in requests, then I feel like I might not be doing my job so great. But when I'm getting
100%.
people asking me what I'm playing, then I feel like I've really nailed it.
And you get to dance on that razor's edge because if you're going to dictate the theme, you have to follow the theme. You can't get 3 songs in and start going south. And I've tried to explain to DJs, especially mobile, this is the most amazing practice place. I was telling you earlier, I don't like making mixtapes because I don't like standing alone in a room and playing.
Right.
But
same.
Twitch has brought me an audience, whether it's 5 people or 500. Okay, it's never been 500, but if it's 5 people or 10 or 20, it's an energy that they're giving you, and it's very community and it's very family, and you're right. I get to check in with people. What do you see today for someone? If somebody came up to you, I'm sure I know the answer, but if someone came up and said, "Yeah, I love following you on Twitch. I'm a DJ. Do you think I should start a Twitch channel?"
I mean, obviously, I would say absolutely.
Right.
One of the things I hear a lot is like, you know, it's so late in the game. You know, I know like you got on pretty early and you built your community. So is there any point in me joining now? And I said, actually, when I joined Twitch, there weren't a lot of people on the music category. Like we built the audience. Now is a better time to get on as a streamer because you've got the community. If you know a few DJs that have been streaming for a while, there's a good potential they'll raid you, expose their communities to yours. There's help now. When I started, it was just me like streaming for, they all know, I was streaming for like 6 to 8 to 12 hours a day. And then on my birthday in June of pandemic, I DJ'd for 24 hours straight, made a lot of friends that day. But it was really just about like consistency and, you know, just giving people time to discover you. And now there's a lot more help that you can get. Like I said, if other DJs know you, they might raid you, or, you know, just there's a lot more eyeballs on the music community on Twitch now. So it's a little bit easier, I think, for newer DJs.
I've told mobile wedding DJs, if nothing else, get a channel, and maybe Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., do a cocktail set and invite all of your clients, send them your link, and say, I'm doing a jazzy cocktail set this week on Wednesday, and next week I'm doing more of a yacht rock cocktail set, and get them kind of interacting like, man, I'd love to hear a couple of these tracks at my wedding. Oh, okay, great. Shoot me the email. And it's amazing when you invite clients to see what you're doing on some nights. It really becomes a great selling point.
It's so much easier than saying, oh, I'm spinning at this venue. You know, that is a great point to invite clients in when you're doing a specific set that might be the right fit for their event. But I will say this, that with Twitch, if you're streaming once a week, don't expect a lot of growth. Like, you have to, consistency is key. Like, I would say if you're a newer streamer, you probably like really should be aiming for 3 to 4 days a week at the beginning. You know, it's about community building. You know, it's not about being a great DJ. Like, being a great DJ is what's going to like show through, you know, and that's a reputation that you want to have. But building your community is what's going to give you the eyeballs to then show people that you're a great DJ.
Yeah. No, 100%. And you've obviously put in the legwork along with some other DJs. And, you know, I think we're getting the rewards from your hard work because, you know, I've seen you raid people that aren't big. I mean, you raided me one time. I'm not a big channel, but
you're so talented and people should see you. That's the great thing about Twitch. I felt like the DJ community was very insular for a long time, and Twitch has taught people to be collaborative and share. So when I know that there's a streamer there that may not be getting the eyeballs that I'm getting, but I believe in them, the fact that I can then share the community that means so much to me with them and then share you with my community, that is just like something that could have never happened. That does, like, what am I going to do? Put everyone on a bus and take them to a nightclub where my friend that no one knows about is spinning? Like, that's just not feasible.
No.
But we can do that on Twitch, and I think it's magic.
Well, and as I said earlier about Jaybird and you're the two that influenced me the most because I watched you welcome everyone that came in. You shout out every single person in the chat. And I'm like, oh, I get it now. Because I thought you had to be
It's like Cheers.
Yeah, I thought you'd be the stellar DJ thing, and oh, it's got to be perfect. Then I realized that's almost secondary to the community.
My community has watched me have so many tech meltdowns. Like what happened earlier today, it's not an anomaly for my stream. They've seen me go through it, and they're there to cheer me on, give me advice. Like that's
Yeah,
it's
somebody
two ways.
in the chat, somebody said something about frequency. So
Yeah.
yeah, they obviously are completely supportive and on your side.
I feel like that's the human side that like a lot of people don't see when everything's curated perfectly on Instagram. You cannot actually feel, I feel like, attached to that.
No.
It's the when you see the struggles and like how people deal with it, you know, it's so much more human. And I like showing the full picture of what DJ life is like, not just the highlight reel that
Right.
people show on.
It's not make believe anymore.
Yeah. You get to see the whole
Instagram,
thing.
there's no filter on Twitch that suddenly makes you this great person. You either bring that to the table or you don't.
And it's helped me grow as a person. You know,
Yeah.
people come through, there'll be like trolls every once in a while. And, you know, just, you know, being able to on the fly deal with it with grace, it just makes you practice that and makes you better when you are out in the world and something like that happens to you. And then you just are now programmed to have that grace.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
it's my community has made me a better person.
No, I 100% agree. And it's the support that has gotten us through, as you said, a very difficult time. And I'd like to think in some small way, we've helped some of the community get through a very difficult time. And I know we have because
I hope so.
I see people still there that were there then. And this has just become part of how they enjoy entertainment.
I think it's how humans are supposed to be. We're supposed to be symbiotic with one another. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be helping each other. It's not me helping you or them helping me. It's us all in it together, lifting each other up constantly.
It's a very utopian, beautiful flower.
I feel like I've created my utopia on Twitch.
I no, seriously, because I'm just like, I need to go live wherever she's doing this because this
I
sounds
wanted
awesome.
to create a community of kindness, and I'm just really grateful that I've met so many like-minded people.
Yeah.
That now I get to call my friends all over the world. You know.
I mean, this what it's when you walk into EDC, I think it says all are welcome here, all are free, and that's kind of
It's like plur vibes, 100%.
yeah, it's 100% Plur vibes. Yeah, peace, love, unity, and respect. I'm so glad we got to get you on the show today for this.
Yeah, thank you for letting me chat. I just
It's-
love
no.
it. I can't shout everyone out, but like seriously, we appreciate you
Yeah.
taking the time to listen to us and to just being a part of our lives and just the support. Just so much gratitude.
Yeah. Before we get to questions, this was your first NAMM as a Pioneer DJ demonstrator.
Yes.
Outside of the kind of fun of meeting people on the Twitch side of it, how was was it all you thought it would be? Was it hard work that you didn't see coming? Was it?
I love hard work. I mean, my community will attest to that. Hard work to me is if it's something you're passionate about, it's not work. It's
Right.
passion. It's a passion project. So honestly, like being invited somewhere to talk about gear that I love to people that I love in an environment like that, I'm just grateful to Pioneer for letting me be a part of such a legendary team. You know, I mean, all my gear is Pioneer gear.
Right.
So just to be able for me to be able to experience NAMM on that level,
Yeah.
that was amazing. You know, just I could talk about the Rev 7 all day, and I did.
Yeah.
And my voice proves
for
it.
3 days actually.
For 3 days straight. And then on top of that, like you guys gifted me the opportunity to show off a little bit and spin a set, and I just getting to be at an event like NAMM and getting to be surrounded by the world's best DJs. You know, I have
They were there?
Pulse and PJ.
Oh. I'm like, when did they come in the booth? No one tells me these things. Oh yeah.
Just getting to be affiliated with this level of talent, it's a good look for me.
Yeah. I mean, we have, and as I said earlier, this is my 17th. This is Pulse's 19th. And you look back on it, and I've ended every NAMM with the same feeling of pride and gratitude that I'm, on one side, oh yeah, that's that wedding guy that lives in Southern California. And then on the other side, it's like, oh, he's a representative for the greatest DJ brand on the
Well,
planet.
I owe you a big thank
Like-
you for, just always being so supportive and,
Oh.
definitely
My
like
pleasure.
co-signing.
Yeah, my
on
pleasure.
me.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. you don't give off a great persona that's not legit. Like there's a lot of people in the industry, oh man, I really want to be a demonstrator, I really want to work in the booth. And then you kind of get there and you realize like, when am I on stage? You're not. We have to open these boxes. We have to lift this heavy stuff. And you came through like a star. I mean, you were great. So
I was having
was
a
a great
blast
show.
just packing the boxes because I was
that
sitting
was
there.
that part was a little weird. I
Well,
gotta
I
be
was
honest.
just sitting there looking
You're like,
around.
I'll wrap the palette. I'm like, she's excited about wrapping.
Okay,
pallets.
I'm a very
Okay.
playful person. I can turn anything into a game.
You did, yeah.
But just, I think I would just look up and I would see who I was surrounded by, and getting to like, to have worked with all of you, and then to know that the work I was doing right then was helping the entire team,
Right.
so that we could finally have a break. Like, there's just so much
to the
joy.
bar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to get
you
to
know,
the bar
yeah,
afterwards.
you had to do
There
that.
was a lot of joy in that.
There was.
Knowing that the work that I was doing, whether it may or may not have been glamorous, it was to the benefit of our entire team. That, you know, I was there. I got to be lucky enough to be with all weekend. I'm grateful. I would do it again today if we needed to. Do you have any boxes?
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
Give it a break.
We're just I've been doing 2 weeks to get to NAMM, so
She's in the honeymoon period.
yeah, I could use a
I
day
am
off.
always like this. I guarantee you, in 10 years, if we're still
Yeah.
doing this, I will still be
No,
this way.
you and I hung out with Tessa
I love DJ
in
Jacko.
Vegas at the Tropicana, and she's no different then. And that's 6-7 years ago, I think, 8 years ago. And I think it was one of the first times I met you, and you were the same then as you are today. So, yeah, the consistency is certainly there. Certainly there. So, again, thank you so much. Really appreciate you
So
coming
much
on.
gratitude. Thank
Oh,
you.
my pleasure. I want to check if we have questions.
We do.
Now, let's be completely transparent. Do you need the mic?
No, he's gonna.
He's going to hold it.
He's gonna hold it so we can all.
He's going to be a mic stand.
He's human mic stand. Human mic stand.
Human mic
We
stand.
improvise here. It's one of the things we do.
It's what we do.
In honor of the release of the S5, a question was asked as to what our first mixer was.
Very first,
Do you want to start?
the very first mixer was the Djm 300.
That wasn't the very first mixer you purchased, is it? Really, the 300?
Yeah, no, the first one I purchased was Djm 3000. Are we talking? Oh,
Your
Djm
first-
500.
First mixer. 500? Mine was a TIAC.
I apologize. The first one I ever purchased
Ever.
was it was a realistic from Radio Shack, and it had the view meters on it, and I cannot remember the model name or number, but that was like 1990 something. And the other ones I purchased up until like 99, I don't remember the manufacturer's names, but they sounded like weather.
Mine was a wood-sided TIAC Model 2.
Oh, wow.
6 channels, all mono, no level indicators, no headphone cueing.
Wow.
That was the first mixer I ever used DJing, but the first real DJ mixer I bought, Djm 500.
Oh, I know yours was a 500 with 500 players.
Mine was actually the 300 and a KL10. But just to mention, the oldest mixer I have is from 1976. It's a Pioneer's MA62.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Seen the photos.
Ninja, what was your first mixer?
I don't think I can say.
Well, this
Oh,
is,
yeah, it's competitive. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
That's where you began.
yeah.
I think I can't remember the model. I think it was a Vestax and like 2 Geminis or something.
I had an early Gemini 626 Platinum. The very first I professionally worked on was an MP44Z.
Yeah, I think my first was a Gemini, but when I first started mixing, it was actually on a boombox with cassettes.
Did really?
Yeah, I was recording songs off the radio, and I like kind of learned how to make mixtapes by just, if you stick your finger in the cassette and you rewind it just a little bit, and you press the record button down halfway while you're starting the new song, it would blend them. So that was
wow.
when I was like 11, sitting in my parents' house bedroom, just
That's
bootlegging.
awesome. Damn. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow, good job. Other comments, questions, concerns, thoughts?
There, of course, one of the most popular questions we had in the NAMM show. You want to guess what it was? You
Yeah,
know, you can answer it.
Okay.
When am I getting my reps?
We are, I thought it was getting 1000
When am I
SRT.
getting-
Or that, or CJ3000.
We-
Yeah, when is stock available?
Gear is shipping. It is not shipping as quickly as anyone wants it to. The only goal we have is that gear is manufactured, shipped, purchased. We want you to have your gear. We desperately want you to have your gear. if I could get on a small boat and shoot out into the harbor down in San Pedro and hop on a container truck, I would, because I could bill somebody for that, I'm sure. But I can't. And we genuinely are trying to get gear to you as fast as we can. We don't like this situation any more than you do. And gear is coming out. We're seeing people on Instagram and Facebook post shots of 1000 SRTs that were just delivered, Rev 7s that were just delivered. There's a lot of uses that happen. There's a lot of videos on YouTube. So they are coming out. And, you know, I'm not going to lie and say this, this, and this. I'm just going to tell you, I'm sorry you're not getting it faster, but we're doing everything we possibly can. It's our only goal is to get you the gear. It really is. So.
And if you want to check it out, there are live events that are taking place. DJ City's running a couple of things in Canada, and I'm sure there's some taking place as well.
There'll
in
be
the
some
US.
down here, and there'll
DJ Expo will have
DJ
again.
Expo. We walked into DJ. I'll even say it. We walked into DJ Expo last August, and the Off-White DDJ 1000 was completely sold out the first day that it was released. We walk in, and our dealer at the show had 20 of them,
Wow.
and they were gone in 2 days. And they were regular price.
Probably at a really good price too.
Regular
I've
price.
seen them on eBay.
Oh, no, regular price, $17.99 out the door. And he had 1000 SRTs. So if you see a show like Expo coming up, or if you're going to go to a show in Vegas or anywhere where you know a manufacturer is going to be there like this and they're selling, there's going to be gear there. And it's not gear that's not available to you on a daily basis. The other thing is people ask all the time, do you have any advice? Yeah, I'll give you some advice. Try dealers all over the country. Don't just, I know you have a favorite dealer and I want you to support that dealer, but if they're telling you their hands are tied, try a different coast sometimes. Maybe that might do something.
But I think we can all agree that if you've already got something, you don't always have to go and get the newest, latest grace, because we had discussions through dinners and we said the technology doesn't make you a better DJ.
No.
Find music, find new music, go and listen
Yeah.
to other DJs performing, see what they're doing, learn.
100%.
You're going to be a better DJ by practicing and reaching out.
And the other thing is, please, I hear this cry a lot, and I feel terrible, but there's an old expression, you never quit a job till you have a job. So don't sell your gear to buy new gear that you may not get. Like if you have to wait a while to get a Rev 7, I get it. But whatever you're using now, just use that, make some money, do your gigs, go on Twitch, do whatever you're doing. And then when it's in your hands, then you sell the gear if you have to. Or keep it for backup gear.
Absolutely.
Something. Is that it for the questions?
That's all I've seen roll in. Did you have anything, PJ?
Yeah, if you could take this one. Does the Mr. Tobeman from my YouTube channel, does the Djm S11 get any updates or new functions? So.
Oh yeah, they do. The products get updates. The what and when we don't have information on. Obviously, one of the big requests is split queue, and we've been told they're working on it, but literally that's all we know. So we have our fingers crossed as much as you do that they're able to push out these updates. I know everyone always wants to have a feature that they see incorporated into an existing product. A perfect example is PJ was showing on the S5, things like the scratch cutter and the hot cue fader start. Those were just so well received at the show. Everyone said, will this be on XYZ? They wanted to know what product it was going to be on because they're fantastic new features.
Sure.
And we would love to see those things roll out, but we don't know if it's technically feasible or you're just going to give this some time to breathe. As it's, this is the exclusive product with those features. So.
And again, this is a good forum of this. We have our forums, we have all of our social media, we have this show. Anytime you get an opportunity to ask for something, ask for it, because it just gives us ammunition and knowledge to go back to engineers and say, hey, we don't know if this will work, but this is what DJs are asking for, 3 microphones. And they want something like the new, scratch cutter, and they want this and they want that. But we do it in a way that it gets to the right people, but you have to let us know about this. So thank you for asking for these things, because it's going to get back to the right people.
Another question for Jay. Does Jay have socks on?
Jay does have socks on. They're just very short, because I'm here in Southern California, wearing my little tiny socks with my Converse Chuck 70s that are actually very comfortable. Much more so than the regular Converse Chucks. If you want to send me a pair, please do.
And I think as we're waiting for any other questions to roll in, shout out your channels.
If you're looking at Twitch, it's DJ Brannon. That's all letters. DJJAYBRANNAN. Are you on Twitch?
A little bit.
You got a channel?
A little
Want to
bit,
give us
yeah,
a little
it's-
shout out?
Everyone that I haven't met before, I'm DJ Miss Ninja, and my Twitch is Djm S5. Hope to see you guys there.
And then you can find me at Prionjoni, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram.
You can find me nowhere.
In his defense, Pulse has been off Facebook for
Yeah, I got
Over
off,
2
I got
years.
off social. I spent the early 2000s doing the
I'll
broadcasting.
give you his phone number if
Yeah.
you want it.
For
1555.
For all technical support inquiries, please visit support.pioneerdj.com.
Yeah. Tallcanadian.com. Which makes sense because he actually, if you're on Instagram, you can see him at
I
Tall
actually
Music.
didn't realize you were Canadian until you said a boot.
A boat? A
Yeah,
boat?
a minute
Oh, yeah,
ago.
a
And I was
boot.
like, oh, he's Canadian.
We have a question. What do y'all think about EDM house music production with a twist to resurrect it back to a beyond music platform?
What kind of twist?
Yeah, what kind of twist? I wonder.
Go on. What do you think?
I don't know. I saw, oh gosh, somebody just messaged me with their latest track that came out. I have to look it up. Live instruments that they've made like tubas sound like wub, wub, wub. It's just mixing live instruments into EDM. It was so refreshing.
Live step.
Who was
Yeah.
it? Above and Beyond did
It was
that
like tuba step.
on a tour. Yeah, Above and Beyond has done live instrument tours, like because they all play instruments.
Doing live instruments with EDM, I mean, that's
Too Many Zoos?
too many zoos.
Go
No.
YouTube Too Many Zoos. There's
Okay.
these guys who play in the subway in New York. They've got like live instruments, tubas, oboe, like all kinds of saxophone. They jam hard. They're fun.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
I think that's a fun way to resurrect like some freshness into things.
I mean, I think we're at a bit of a crossroads, and you know, if you've been around long enough, you start to see these cycles where you know the '90s got kind of slow and the BPMs dropped, and then thank you Flow Rida, out of nowhere we got back into the 128s a little harder in the mainstream, which tells me that as you 20-year cycle that, I think we're coming up on that a little bit in EDM. There's becoming a little too much formulaic, like soft girl's voice, little build, big build, crush, back down, soft girl's voice, little build, big, you know. I kind of like, you know, even on Sirius, like Diplo Revolution's got a lot of different things going on. And it's not just the formulaic EDM 4/4 stuff. So,
Well, if you can play an instrument, definitely include it in your set.
yes.
You know,
Or if
yeah.
you can use a toy, like, I don't know, a lightsaber.
It
Or
is a
something?
elegant weapon of a Jedi, thank you.
Okay, I take that back. I did not realize. Because we all know Jedis are real too. So, when you look at things from the perspective of this show, I think you have to realize this is a fun-loving community. And at the end of the day, we just want people to be happy and enjoy music. We all love music. We love what we do. We're honored and grateful to be able to do it here. It's been nothing but a pleasure being friends with Christian now for almost 20 years. Oh, I think we have a question.
My chat wants me to do a ninja move real quick.
Then you shall do a ninja move real quick. There you go, ninja move complete. Ninja mode engaged, ninja mode done. That was awesome.
That's how much I love my chat.
I wonder if anyone's going to ask in the chat to have Prionjoni do something with that red light like it was a lightsaber. No?
Nope, not today.
Okay,
Tune into his channel for more of that.
for more.
Follow me
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to make your lightsaber sound like a sword? That's his most recent video. It is. I liked it. It's a good video. So I think that's probably going to do it for us. All of our social handles at Pioneer DJ USA. Maybe check your laptop.
I'm checking my lab. I'm not seeing it. What did I miss? Oh, you want to do that? We'll talk. Well, okay. So before we go out,
Okay, before we go out, we didn't really we don't have a live date. If this is what I'm thinking is
Yeah.
this the okay? We don't have a
Yeah,
live
yeah.
date on this, But we are going to just mention that we now have another streaming platform. We did launch it at NAMM.
Yes.
But we launched it without a hard live date.
This is
So
a soft launch.
It's soft launch because we don't have when it will actually be integrated. But so Pulse wants to give you a quick breakdown on Bpm Supreme Streaming.
You just said it all. That's it. Bpm Supreme Streaming is going to be added in Rekordbox 6.6.4. Again, we don't have a release date for that. The whole idea there is if you're familiar with Tidal or SoundCloud or Beatport or BeatSource, we're adding yet another streaming service for you to integrate with Rekordbox. And they will have access to both their traditional DJ library as well as the Latin library. And they've got all kinds of scratch tools, remixes, exclusives, playlists that are curated for DJs. So you can go in, if you're not familiar with hip hop, you can go and grab one of their curated hip hop playlists and play. They've got things like country, holiday playlists as well. So if you're a mobile DJ or just starting out, you can check out. There's a 30-day free trial for the service once that drops. And much like all of the other services that we integrate, you can actually save these into your collection. So when you download the song, it stores your hot cues, your star rating, all that kind of stuff. And they even have an offline service that will be available. So if you know you're going to an event where your Wi-Fi is questionable, you can download the songs in performance mode, save them to your offline locker, and then play them without having access to the internet. So it's a truly great another option that you can do. Plus, you have the ability to sign into multiple services and save all of these guys into your own playlists that are on your Rekordbox. So a fantastic new addition to Rekordbox that we're looking forward to. And there will be, of course, much more to come when we have the official launch.
Yes. I don't want to shout out one in particular service, but I got to use one of the services at a recent event in a parking lot down in very far south San Diego. Did not have a particular group, did not know about the group yet. Took out my phone, opened my hotspot, went onto this service and ended up playing about 20 songs over 4 hours from this one particular group flawlessly. I was shocked.
All my Sunday sets. I do all my Sunday sets. I do off of a streaming service.
Really?
And I run it off my hotspot on my phone while I'm running OBS. All off of my hotspot on my phone. So it's just like that's how smooth these streaming services are now for DJs, and the access to new music that you have at your fingertips. For me, as a DJ that like gigs a lot, having fresh music accessible all the time, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Absolute game changer. I think in like maybe a year or two after everyone really starts trying these things out, it's just the future of DJing.
I think there's going to be a place, and I admit I was very shake my cane at the clouds.
Same.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is a mistake.
Yeah.
And I will always have a hard drive with me, tangible hard drive. But man, in a pinch, in a situation where you need to grab something, yeah, I see the benefit much clearer now since I've tried it. And it's, I don't, like anything else, you're victim to phones and internet and all that, but it really does help out a lot.
Yeah, before I tried it, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever heard of. I was like, why would I be trusting the internet? And, they have these
deliver
lockers
something.
now where you can like have 1,000 of your songs from the cloud, like just saved temporarily on your hard drive, and you can switch it out, So after, it really is one of those things where you have to try it to understand the power of it.
I agree.
And it's the same thing. Like you start on vinyl, you're like, I'll never go to MP3s. And we're all now on MP3s. And it's like, well, I'd never go to the cloud. And now, like that's
There's,
if trends say anything, it says we're gonna move that direction.
Do you want to mention anything about that? I mean, we
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
mention that in the last happy hour, but we
even
should
in
mention
the cloud direct play stuff that Rekordbox is now integrated, the CDJ-3000 can play off of a cloud library. So DJs who were using Rekordbox, even in the free free core creative plans, professional plans, all now have access to it, because in the lower tiers, you've got access to 10 songs that you can put in streaming for free. So you can at least check it out. Go to Connected CDJ-3000, plug it in. And one of the things that Matt Play, our good friend and demonstrator, was keen on educating people about is it's not just about that you've got this access to play from the internet. It's about an ecosystem of management so that you can take these things with you to your phone, sync it to your phone, preview, set your playlists, create hot cues, manage those things on the go or on another device so that when you get back to your studio or your laptop at home, you've got that music is organized and ready to go. So it's not just about, I want to play from the internet.
Right.
So those are some of the great things about cloud. So it's not just about streaming.
No.
It's accessibility and a lot more options.
Absolutely.
Before we jump on, there's a couple of questions that have rolled in. Do we have a tutorial app for the Rev 1 and Algorithm DJ? Not yet.
No.
That's going to be coming.
Yes.
Another was with Mac, or Apple just released their new Macs with M2, and they said, are they going to be compatible? Any issues there? The answer to that should be yes right away, because the nice thing is the architecture hasn't changed. When they went to the M1 from an Intel processor, that was a big change. They had to do a lot of behind the scenes things to help build this new foundation for their new platform. That work's already been done. This is just like going from a 10th generation Intel to an 11th generation Intel, except it's just first generation M1 Mac, M processor to a second generation. So
right.
I think from the specs I saw, it's great improvements. They're in the new Airs. I know you're a fan of the Air.
Love the Air.
And
have a unicorn Air in the next room, 2013, and it is absolutely a unicorn.
And I think we'll see the Pros coming out sometime soon, and certainly a lot of DJs.
Well, that's
will move
okay
to
if they
that.
don't, because I just bought a new Pro, and it's got an M1 Pro. So
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's super powerful.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
things are great.
No. I mean, this is such an expansion. When I first started, I had an old HP, and I was terrified. I'm like, I'm not going to ever use a laptop at an event. This is horrific. This thing's going to break down. Something's going to go wrong. And now it's like you're getting computers that are like, flying fast. I mean, I know Miss Ninja uses a MacBook Air. I've had a MacBook Air since 2013. If you've seen my demos at different shows, you've seen my MacBook Air. Mm-hmm. It was just in Detroit with a Rev 7 and Scratch guys. No issue, no problems, no nothing. Outside.
These new MacBook Airs with the M1 chip are so powerful.
Yeah.
I think I was telling you, I can run OBS, music videos, Serato, and live stream stuff from streaming services all off my hotspot on the M1
Yeah, it's insane.
Air, MacBook Air. It's wild.
It's crazy, but there's such a good value. I mean, I paid the new Mac, unless you really upgrade much, I think still the base is around $900 for a MacBook Air. I mean, mine's almost 10 years old. $90 a year to have a computer to gig with.
Yeah.
$90 a year.
And one thing, and I'm going to loop this back around. A lot of DJs talk about the cost on a streaming service or the software. If you're working and making any money as a DJ, that's a tax deduction for you. You
Yes.
write that stuff off against your income.
Yeah.
It pays for itself. So yeah, a new Mac or any of these streaming platforms, streaming services, talk to an accountant. It's worth it.
My guy Izzy with Dewey Cheatham and Howe has told me repeatedly that like even this show is a write-off for me. So I think that's going to do it for us. I think we're good. Again, Miss Ninja, welcome, and I'm so glad to have you here. It's been so good hanging out with you. I'm going to go back to seeing your.
We should do this more often.
smiling
I think we
face.
could all talk shop all day, every day.
Let's do it every day. Again, I need to talk to my agent, see if they can get that contract signed, but I tend to think they can't. I hear the president laughing now. I tried, John. I tried. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be back next week after I get done with this whole thing, and I will get to sit in my office and enjoy your amazing sets and energy on Twitch. So I'm so looking forward to that. PJ, as always, great hanging out with you. You've got talent that is sometimes amazing, and
Sometimes.
I didn't mean it quite like that. No, I mean there are times.
Sometimes.
Here, let me reword that because that totally came out wrong. Your talent amazes me. The times I see you play, where it's like, wow, this kid can scratch and this and that, and you're a very good sport. I love you. I'm just kidding around about the toy collection worth
I've
thousands.
always been like a dad.
Yep, there you go. Wow, wow, you've been saving that one up, haven't you?
The best part was you didn't say to me. Just
Yeah.
you've always been
just like a dad. Thank you, son. Pulse, what can I say? You're the road brother and everything. It's been amazing. This was another great NAMM we get to
Indeed.
put
Thank
in the
you.
books. Thank you so much for staying the extra day so we could shoot this live. I hope to do another happy hour sometime in the near future. Might be a gear release, might be something else. JP, great job troubleshooting these little issues we had today. I'm so glad we could fix it and take care of it. All of our social media handles at Pioneer DJ USA, pioneerdj.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to see you at the next show. And until we see you again, stay well. We're out. Oh, yeah, wait. Hold on. Before we leave, good point. Should we raid? We should raid somebody.
Yeah, we're gonna raid. Who do you want to raid?
Who do you want to raid?
I'm looking.
I think your thing if you want to be rated.
This is,
We're gonna raid. Poll the audience. Who wants to raid? Who are we raiding?
yeah,
Who's-
pull the audience.
Yeah, who should we raid? We have a good. How many do we have in the chat?
We have.
Oh, it's 50 on Pioneer DJ.
I just
USA.
rated you guys.
Oh, okay. You dumped everyone in ours. Well,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
are we going? Where are we raiding?
It's a, what is it? Inception style raid.
Inception style. Yeah, we go from one to the next.
That's right.
Second level
It's
raid.
raidception.
Yes.
There we go.
Come on, chat. Where are we going? Who are
Where
we
we go?
raiding?
Where we go? Where we going?
Yeah, give us somebody.
This is
Mike
your moment to
Marquez.
shine. Somebody keeps
Is
saying
Mike
Nick
Marquez
Styles.
on?
Are you on?
Mike Marquez is on.
If he's on,
But
rate him.
He's not playing though. He's
Oh.
in the chat. Nick Styles. They're saying Nick Styles.
Yeah, that's who I was gonna say.
Everyone's saying Nick Styles. Okay, can we do Nick Styles?
Send the at.
We're gonna raid Nick Styles.
What is it, like / colon,
Oh, the raid. It's forwards. I don't think.
You
I
can just do it. You can go
It's
into
slash
the
and then
settings.
the name.
Slash raid.
If you go into the
slash
dashboard,
raid.
dashboard has raid channel.
I need his channel. DJ who?
Nick Styles.
Nick Styles.
Is he live?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, Nick, spelled the normal way, Styles.
STYL. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully Nick Styles.
What's he use?
We're about to find out.
I can show you.
This is probably a
He's going
consi-
to use the competitive
You can't
gear.
really see his gear. That's
Okay,
the
that's
funny
fine.
thing.
Yeah,
Over
this
there.
is a consideration. I really don't want to rate him if he's on like
DJ Marble.
12s and 72 and something. You know, be like that was good.
No, you'll just see him showing lots of, he'll get very excited. It's gonna get very loud.
Getting Nick Styles.
Yes.
I can't find Nick Styles. We've got DJ
Turn
Mabel.
your headphones down,
Mabel
people.
music.
DJ Mabel Music.
Is she on?
If she's live,
She's in the chat right now. I don't know. Mabel, are you live?
Invalid username.
Mabel's not live right now.
She's just in the chat.
She's just in the chat saying hi. Hi, Mabel.
Who's always on? Sarada or something?
Can I shout out a bunch of people while
Yes.
we're doing this?
Please.
Just want to shout out to DJ Mabel Music, Thane the Pain, DJ Mike Marquez, F105 Darwin, Low Key Drums, DJ Scrappa, Nick the Quick ATL is in the house. We got Smiggy in the building, Delpino Man. This is definitely gonna make me lose my voice. Ricky, what's
DJ
up?
Nick Styles.
DJ John, Sizzle Wheezy. Did I already say that?
Styles.
Did I already say Meta Pattern? Okay, I think I got everybody.
DJ Nick Styles.
DJ
Ladies in
Scrap
the
is a
house.
friend of
DJ
mine
Tight
from
Night is in the
Australia.
building.
Follow him.
What's up, DJ Tight Night? Oh, is Don Perignon live too?
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
DJ
That's
Nick
him.
Styles.
No matches.
What's up,
DJ
Tam? Welcome.
Nick Styles. It won't auto. You just have to.
Great hanging out with Mike Marquez
Of course,
at
Delpino
NAMM.
Man. I will hit you up, Mike Marquez, post show.
Copy that.
Yes,
If
great
you
hanging out,
backslash.
Mike.
I did it, but nothing's coming up. I spelled Nick and Styles.
Technical. Party foul. I can't-
Are you live on the computer, on your laptop, on
Okay.
the Pioneer channel?
Yeah, but I can't read.
Why?
I don't have privileges. I'm only a moderator.
Okay, I'm gonna get off the couch and try to help this situation. Love you guys.
How do you spell it?
2% battery. Oh, I gotta run over here too. We're all running for power.
Yeah, this is the first, check.
We're still live, huh?
We're still live.
Still live. And this is such a wide angle camera. I'm still in shot here.
Yeah. We're doing it live.
You're in all shots.
We're
The
doing it
benefits
live.
of doing live shows. You can't even hear me.
Here's the mic.
This is the benefits of doing live shows. We just improvise when we get down to the end. He's online.
Trying
Well, maybe no
All right.
See, on mine, I rate people by just going
Well,
to the
you guys
dashboard.
can go and check out DJ Nick Styles at DJ Nick Styles on Twitch.
Or DJ Scrappa. He's a friend of mine in Australia. Great guy.
DJ Scrappa.
When are
if
you
he's
on next, Miss Ninja?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. Where's the mic? I will probably pop up either on Thursday or Friday so I can let my voice fully recover.
There you
It's
go.
been nonstop all weekend.
Okay.
But Friday for sure. I took Friday off specifically so I could hang out with my Twitch fans. So
Awesome.
put that on your calendars, guys. Friday, it's a hang.
Friday. All right. And until next time, again, thank you, everybody.
Big
Stay
love,
well.
Pioneer DJ. Love you guys.